Hello friends, we are going to start at around 9:05 so that more people can come. Thank you for waiting.
How's everyone? I started school this week, so I'm a little tired. If you guys have any questions that you thought of already, be sure to use the Q&A form found in the event page. Otherwise, you can just wait until the end of this webinar for the Q&A session. All right, we're going to go ahead and start this webinar. Thank you everyone who is here right now to watch the webinar about the District Convention Awards. In this webinar, you can go ahead and learn about very briefly about all the awards that we have to offer, and also any tips and tricks and important deadlines that you must follow. Okay, so these are the hosts for the webinar tonight. I am Caitlin Dutch, the District Member Recognition Chair, and I am overseeing the District Member Recognition Committee.
Hello, I am Alexandra and I am the Administrative EA.
Hello, my name is Matthew Kim and I am the MRP and MRS Coordinator.
Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer Sandoval and I'm your Northern Liaison for the divisions of Capitol, Golden Gate, and Sunset.
What is District Convention and why are there awards? So District Convention is, or DCON, is a three-day and two-night event with the California, Nevada, Hawaii District. DCON is held in order to celebrate accomplishments from the beginning of the term and to kick off the start of the next term. Members can attend workshops to gain leadership skills and strengthen bonds, among many other things. Awards are given throughout the weekend in order for you to look back on the 2018-2019 term and to see how much you and your club have grown and accomplished throughout the term. It can be used as a standard or guidance for your club's future terms as well.
What kind of awards are there? During district convention, there are 3 types of awards that are presented. Club-based awards, which are awards that are applied by a club's board and is given to the club in name. Individual-based awards, which are awards that can be applied by a club or an individual and is given to the individual in name. And division-based awards, which are awards that are given to the division in name. Starting off with the club awards, we have the Distinguished Club Improvement Award, which is an award that is given to clubs who have demonstrated growth, development, and improvement from the previous year. With the district convention awards proposal that was passed at the July district board meeting, a platinum division has been added to the 3 existing divisions so that larger clubs also have a chance in receiving this award. Please note, in order to apply for this award, your club must have moved up a level in the divisions. Next, we have the Distinguished Kiwanis Club Award, which is given to the Kiwanis clubs that exemplify the spirit of fellowship within the Kiwanis family while maintaining strong ties with their sponsoring Circle K clubs. Next, we have the Don Hull Distinguished Kiwanis Family Relations Award, which is given to the clubs for maintaining strong relations with other branches of the Kiwanis family, which includes Kiwanis, Key Club and Key Wins, Action Club, Builders Club, K-Kids, and etc. Next, we have the John Woodall Distinguished Membership Development and Education Award, which is given to the clubs that have done exceptionally well in the areas of membership, recruitment, retention, development, and education.
All right, so continuing with more club awards, the Maple Wong Overall Service Award. So this is one of the awards that has a major change for this term. So instead of it being judged by a club's service hours per member, it is now judged by the total amount of service hours. This award is also one of the awards where a platinum level is added, meaning that 3 more clubs in a large size are able to apply and potentially win this award. The next award is the Outstanding Club Newsletter Award, which is given to the top 3 clubs for making exceptionally and aesthetically pleasing newsletters throughout the term. Moving on to the Outstanding Interclubbing Award, which is given to the top 3 clubs that have shown unity and fellowship by participation in events held by other Circle K clubs and/or Kiwanis family clubs. The concept of the award didn't change, however, the application process is made easier this term, in which a club is allowed to attach a PDF file of their club's master record sheet in their club tab. And then lastly, the Outstanding Non-Traditional Scrapbook Award is given to the top 3 clubs that have made an exceptional scrapbook that is not the usual book. It can be extraordinary in height, width, depth, and as long as it follows the rules and guidelines.
Okay, so for our next set of club awards, we have the Outstanding Single Service Project Award, which is given to the top 3 Circle K clubs that produce the best overall service project, typically made from scratch within the 2018-2019 term. The Outstanding Total Achievement Award is a combined application with the Camille Goulet Distinguished Club Award, and it is given to the Circle K clubs who have done well in all aspects of Circle K. Please note that in order to apply for this award, the club must also apply for the John Woodall Membership Development and Education Award and the Don Hull Kiwanis Family Relations Award. Our last one is the Outstanding Traditional Scrapbook Award, which is given to the top 3 clubs that have produced a high quality and aesthetically pleasing scrapbook.
All right, moving on to the next set of awards, which are individual awards. This entire screen shows you a list of awards that the appropriate board officer can apply for. So first off, with the Distinguished Appointed Board Officer Award, all board officers appointed by the executive board can apply for it. This means that if you're not elected during your term rather than appointed through an interview process, this award is for you. So examples of the positions that can apply for this award can be the Membership Development Education Chair, Kiwanis Family Chair, Fundraising Chair, Ed Recognition Chair, etc., as long as they are not the executive board positions such as president, vice president of service or administration, secretary, or treasurer. For the president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer awards, you will fill out the award corresponding to your position. So if you're a president, obviously you would want to fill out the president award and so on and so forth. These awards are similar in some aspects where you have to attach PDF files of your attendance and also fill out what kind of workshops or events you have attended. However, each and every one of them have their own sections catered to their own position. So be sure to read everything carefully because some awards may ask you to have 1 or 2 letter of recommendations, such as the President Award, which asks for 2 letter of recommendations, one of which is from a home club, and another is which is for someone who is not a home club board officer. So additionally to that, fill out only the section you are applying for the Vice President Award. If you are a Vice President of Administration or a Administrative Vice President, then you will fill out the section that asks for the administration portion of your position rather than the general or service portions and vice versa. There are cases where an appointed board officer may step up to an executive position or just a position change in general. When that happens, you want to apply for the award that you are currently positioned at. Do not apply for the award that you have switched from because that position no longer applies to you at the time of filling out DCON awards.
All right, so continuing with the next set of individual awards, we have the Faculty Advisor of the Year Award, which can be applied by a Circle K club or individual for the club's faculty advisor, given that they believe the advisor has done exceptionally well within their role. Next, we have the Hall of Fame Award, which is given to a Circle K member who must be graduating at the end of spring 2019 and has made a lot of contributions and achievements to Circle K International. They are someone who has demonstrated the ideals and principles of Circle K International. A club or an individual can apply for another Circle K member, or the Hall of Fame applicant themselves may also apply on their own. If someone has received this award within the past years, they are not eligible for the award again. Next, we have the John Nicholson Kiwanian of the Year Award, which is the highest honor in Circle K for a Kiwanian. It is an award given to the Kiwanian who has truly exemplified the spirit of fellowship in the Kiwanis family.
Continuing with individual awards, we have the New Member of the Year Award, which is given to a Circle K member who has done exceptionally well during the 2018-2019 term, demonstrating the ideals and principles of Circle K. A club can nominate up to 2 members who should be in attendance at DCON 2019. A new award that has been also released this term is the Outstanding District Committee Member Award. So this is given to the Circle K members who are serving on the district committees for having demonstrated excellent achievement in their role. This award is the first time it has been out to the Circle K general membership and mimics the Distinguished Appointed Board Officer Award. So anybody currently serving on a district committee such as Finance and Fundraising, Laws and Regulations, District Convention, FTC, MD&E, Service, etc. can apply for this award. And then the last award, individual award, is the Returning General Member of the Year Award, which is given to one general member who is not a new member and not a board officer for this term, but they've still done quite a lot for their club by attending events, embodying fellowship, etc. There is a maximum of 1 nomination per club.
Next are divisional awards. So first one is the Divisional Excellence Award. This is given to divisions in CNH for their excellence throughout the term. The Lieutenant Governor serving this term can apply for this by documenting what their division has done throughout the term. Lastly, we have the Divisional Spirit Award, which is given to one division who has shown spirit, unity, and fellowship throughout District Convention 2019. So there is no application for this award as it takes place on site, and one representative from each club will be invited to the scrapbook room at Saturday night to vote for a division that is not their own division. Yeah.
All right, changes made this term. So the first change that has been made at this term was passed at the July District Board meeting held back in July 2018. The first one is the Platinum tier has been added to several club-based awards to accommodate the larger clubs we have within our district. We have talked about a few of these already. Examples of awards that have the Platinum tier now are the Maple Wong Overall Service Award, Outstanding Total Achievement Award, and Club Improvement Award. Next thing is the Maple Wong Overall Service Award has changed to total service hours overall instead of service hours per member to accommodate more clubs to apply for this award this term. Oratorical Contest Award has been removed and been replaced with the Outstanding District Committee Member Award. And lastly, the last change that we have made this term, or this was made last term, is that some award titles have respectable names added to them to pay tribute to those who have helped make Sekai the way it is today.
All right, moving on to some tips and tricks to help you guys with your awards. So our first tip is to utilize your resources by using your club's monthly report form and the master record sheet to help you fill out the awards. Another tip that we have is to always save your file while you're completing it. Just basically hit Control-S or File and Save, just because it's an Excel file and it could crash, or you could have problems with your laptop connection and things like that. Another tip that we have is to completely read the cover page carefully for the rules and guidelines, and just make sure that you're completing it correctly and then checking off things off the checklist. Also utilize the DCON Awards Manual that is found in the Resources tab in the CNH Circle K website. So even after watching this webinar, if you're still confused on some things, you can always feel free to just utilize this manual and see if there's answers to your questions. Another tip that we have is to ask the appropriate individuals now for their letter of recommendations. So this is mainly for individual member awards, such as executive board officer awards or appointed board officer awards, things like that. So try to be courteous of the person who you're asking the letter of recommendation from, and ask them as soon as possible, just so that they know in advance that they'll be writing that much for you. Another thing is that I'll be going on in later slides is saving as a PDF and then saving all of the awards you've completed as a zip file. All right, so the first thing that I'm going over is saving as a PDF. So to save an award as a PDF, you'd want to use Save As instead of just Control-S or Save As, or Save, sorry. And then because you wouldn't be given the option to continue forward without saving as a PDF. So in the Save As screen, you're going to click on More Options, which is found under the file name bar, and then you're going to select to save as the PDF type for the option bar to pop up. After that, you're going to click on the option bar and then select the entire workbook. This is really important to select entire workbook instead of active sheets, because this will keep it so that you save the entire award and just not the page that you're specifically on. And then after you've done that, be sure to click OK on that screen. And then the next screen after, so that you'll look over it and then just make sure that you'll be able to save it as the PDF. And then also carefully look over your award after you save it as a PDF, just to make sure that since you've selected entire workbook, that it has the entire award saved. And that does include the cover page. And then we'll be moving on to the next one, which is saving as a zip. So for saving as a zip, you're going to be selecting all of the awards that you're applying for. You're going to right click on it and then go down to the Send To line and then select Compressed and then in parentheses Zipped Folder. So afterwards, a zip folder of all the awards should pop up, where you can then rename the folder as 2019 District Convention Awards _ your school name. So if you can't, some people might have these problems with their computers where you can't right click and the window might close. So then you'd want to expand the ribbon of the folder by using Control F1 and then select the New Item button, where you can save it as a zip folder.
So most awards need to be turned in via the online submission system by Friday, March 1st, 2019 at 11:59 p.m. Please note that access to this online submission system is usually given to the president later in February, so you don't have access to this yet. Next is the Divisional Excellence Award must be turned in via email to the Member Recognition Chair and District Governor. The non-traditional The non-traditional and traditional scrapbook awards must be turned in on-site at DCON Friday, March 22nd, 2019 by 6 p.m. And any and all awards must be turned in with the endorsement sheet. So don't forget that.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and go to the Q&A session now. As you can see, we went through these awards pretty briefly, but this is for you. This is time for you, if you haven't done so already, to please go and look at the awards. And there's also a DCON Awards manual, courtesy of the 2017-2018 District Member Recognition Committee, in which we, the committee this term just updated on the resources tab in the CNH K website. So if you still have any questions about it, you can ask them now, but be sure to look over the cover page of all the awards that you are applying for, and also the manual if you have any more specific questions. All right, so first off, we had a Q&A form on the Facebook event page. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over those first and see which questions that we can answer. Okay, first question that we got is, for a non-traditional scrapbook, is it possible to have a motor? What other limitations are there? For the non-traditional scrapbook, on the cover page, it does say that audio, visual, or computer equipment is strictly limited to LED lighting, which must not take up a majority of the non-traditional scrapbook. So for that, the non-traditional scrapbook largely has to be something made by hand or nothing to like computerize and so on and so forth. Just so in this case, a motor is probably not acceptable. Just make sure that whatever you do use for the non-traditional scrapbook, it can stay on there, because there are chances that the judges who do look at it may play around with it too much. And if it falls off within like the first touch or so, then I don't think it's recommended to use that kind of equipment. Second question is, if some of our members can't make it to DCON this year, can they still apply for awards? Yes, of course, you can still apply for awards even if members can't make it or if a club can't make it, just as long as you can ask someone to pick up the award for you, and then that they can pass on to you after DCON. Third question, would you recommend applying for distinguished if someone were to take the position more than halfway through the term due to the situation of becoming a member / being appointed as treasurer and attending the school later in the year? I think that it wouldn't hurt to apply, as if you truly believe that you have done a lot in the position that you were appointed to halfway through the term. I think that you can still apply for the award. There are cases where charting clubs haven't chartered until like maybe around this time of year, and they applied for the awards and they still received it. And so yeah, you can definitely apply for the awards. It really doesn't hurt to try. If it comes to the point where you didn't receive the award, then I hope you can take this as a learning experience and then use it as guidance for future clubs, future terms of your club, to know what to do. Fourth question here. Can you only count hosted, in parentheses, workshops that you filled a cert for? If you're asking if you can only put in workshops that you hosted in the award, there is a section where it asks, please list any workshops that you have facilitated. So yes, that part will mean that you have to put in only the workshops that you've hosted or co-hosted. And for other parts of the webinar, or not the webinar, the award, it asks for attendance. You can put anything in there as long as it applies for like the question that you're writing for. And any event that there is a surf for is fair game for the events that you have to put in. If you did advertise an event but it was not served, then you can't really count that, because in the attendance section of most of the individual officer awards, it will ask you to attach a PDF of your attendance sheet from the master record sheet. And if there wasn't a serve, then it wouldn't be in the MRS. So yeah. For the letter of recommendations, can you ask your advisor to write one for you? Yes, if you looked at the end of the page, I believe there is a section where it asks one of your home club officers to write it for you. If it just says home club, then it has to be just home club. But I believe that for the president, it says one from the nominees, Lieutenant Governor, Key One's advisor, or any Circle K district officer. So I think for the president, they can ask their advisor to fill out a letter of recommendation for them. How do you get your board officers to get motivated to apply for awards? Honestly, this is a tough one. It really depends on the person themselves. If they don't feel like applying for it, then I personally think that you shouldn't force them to apply for it. But it doesn't hurt to send in like words of encouragement that if they do apply for this award, then it can be a way to look back at the term and see all the hard work that they have done so far for their club, for their division, for their district, whatever they're serving. And if they really truly are motivated and passionate about Circle K, then I think that an award doesn't really hurt to apply for. It really is all in the mindset of this person, and how you take it in the end. So just, yeah, if they're if they're not really motivated in the end, then it's gonna be really tough to like revere that mindset. But it really doesn't hurt to apply, honestly. It's tedious, but if you take some time, every little bit of like an hour or like a few hours a day until like the awards are due, then it's really worthwhile in the end. Okay, we have a few more questions coming in. I've been talking a lot, so I'm gonna pass it on to my committee members to answer. So the next question is, though I'm mostly a returning general member, I also represent my club for my division's spirit committee. And I'm appointed by my. Do I fill the awards for returning member or appointed board member or something else? Does someone want to answer this?
Can you repeat the question again?
Yes. Okay. The question is, though I'm mostly a returning general member, I also represent my club for my division's spirit committee. Do I fill the awards for returning member or appointed board member or something else? Okay, I'll answer it. For this case, if you're representing your club as your division spirit committee, then you would not fill out any of the board officer position because you are representing your division and there's no award in the district that you can apply for as like a divisional leadership team member. So in this case, you would fill out the returning member award. Okay, next question. For the individual awards, like the new member of the year or returning member of the year, 1, can you submit more than one member for a single individual award? And 2, can more than one member from the same club win that award? For the new member of the year, you can nominate up to 2 members from your club. And then for the returning member of the year, you can nominate 1 member. And for the second question, can more than 1 member from the same club win that same award? I think it's really rare for 2 members for the same club to win, but it is possible. So just apply anyway, because you never know. Okay, last question from this sheet. In the application for treasurers, there is a section where we fill out the original events. So does that include all DCM service events, fundraisers that we attended for our division? Can we input more in that section? Yes, you can fill out as many events as you want for that part, just as long as it has been hosted by the division. And that's all for the Q&A sheet. So we can go ahead and move on to live chat. So please type in any questions that you have right now in the live chat, and then we'll go ahead and look through them and answer. I realized that some people probably ask this question a lot, and I'm gonna ask my committee members to answer this. Do you have any advice in applying for awards, or why should we apply for awards?
Advice. Let's see. Don't procrastinate. When I was secretary, me and like 2 other e-board members, we like spent like 2 like almost all-nighters trying to finish it. So don't do that, because you should only be doing that. You should only be procrastinating on a homework assignment. You shouldn't be procrastinating like that for like Circle K stuff. It's not fun. I also almost didn't apply because I was very burnt out at the end of my term, and I'm sure there's people out there who feel the same way right now. I say like just do it, because like right now in the moment you might not be feeling it, but it is like it's like a culmination of what you've done like throughout the whole term, including like when you're excited in the beginning. So just like try to get other board members to do it with you, do it as a team, so it's not like you're the only one doing it. Like if it's a collective effort, it's more of like you're doing it for your club rather than just like, oh, I'm just like applying to like get something for myself. But it's really not just for you, it's for the whole club to look at as well. So it's not like, so your accomplishments are like your club's accomplishments. So yeah, you should apply.
Another reason why you should apply is because as you fill out the award, or any award that you are applying for, it's kind of in a way it allows you to reflect over your term and reflect on the things that you've done, reflect over the accomplishments that you made. Kind of, it allows you to just put your whole term into perspective, and no matter what position you are, no matter how active you were as a member officer, you have made an impact within your home schools and communities. So it's always nice to see that impact and see the work that you've done. And whether you get the award or not, you are providing your service and you are doing good. So you should try to apply anyway, because everything that you do within Circle K should be noted and should try to be noticed.
Thank you for answering that. I noticed a question in the live chat. So my club was chartered this semester. Can I still apply for a distinguished president? Yes, you can totally apply for a distinguished president. I think I recall saying this earlier, but there was a club that was chartered around this time of year as well. And a few of their members applied for distinguished, and they were able to receive the award. So it's all fair game for everyone at this point, because a lot of the questions are pertaining to your club, not in comparison to other clubs in the district. So as long as you're able to do things for your club and able to answer the questions well, then there is a chance for you to receive that award. Someone asked a question in the form, will we get recognized for MRP? So MRP, if for those who do not know, is a membership recognition program. And this membership recognition program recognizes individuals who have attended certain types of events, like service events, socials, fundraisers, workshops, etc. And then it's also based off of your service hours. If you want to know more about it, we did have a webinar earlier in the term that you can watch. And also there is the membership recognition program chart on the CNH Circle K website that you can look at as well. So going back to the question, will you get recognized? Yes, you will get recognized for MRP if you have reached it during one of the nights at District Convention. And there will be slideshows where all of the names will be pop up on there. And then a representative of your club can come to one of the rooms Saturday night that the member recognition committee will be at, and you can pick up certificates and also some nice pins for your members to take home with them. Can A board apply too? Yeah, A board can apply. There is a award dedicated for just the appointed board officer. So you can go ahead and check that award out, and then you can go ahead and fill it out and see that. What are the awards that are geared more towards smaller clubs? There several of the awards are tier based, so all the awards all the awards you are able to apply for. For example, Maple Wong Award has divisions from bronze, silver, gold, and platinum, so that 3 clubs of any size are able to potentially win this award. For example, smaller clubs will be placed in the bronze division or silver division, depending on like the members that they have in there. So you can definitely apply for Maple Wong. You can apply for Total Achievement, Club Improvement. A lot of the club awards, smaller clubs can apply for. And you'll be surprised whether or not you get this award. So just be sure to look at the ones that you would want to win. You don't have to apply for every single award because it does take a lot of time, and then you also don't know if your club has done enough for that term to actually potentially win that award. So whatever your club has been doing this term, for example, if you've been doing a lot of service and you have a lot of service hours, then I think Maple Wong would be a good award to apply for. Can you remind us the number of membership in each tier? Yes, let me get that to you right now. So as I said before, there are 4 club divisions. Bronze division, they are clubs with 40 members or fewer. Silver division are clubs with 41 to 70 members. Gold division are clubs with 71 to 110 members. And platinum division are clubs with 111 members or more. Any more questions? Go ahead and type in the live chat. It doesn't have to be anything too extravagant. If you just have any general questions about awards too, those are totally fine. I see a question from the forum. I have served as both a DLT member and an A board officer since October, yet I'm still a new member for my club. Can I still apply for a new member of the year? In this case, since you said that you are an A board officer, you can't really apply for a new member of the year, but you can apply for the appointed board officer award. I have a question, more so for Alexandra, because she's the only one who applied. But what was your motivation to apply for the secretary award or any other award that you applied for?
My motivation to apply, I'm sorry, like my boyfriend is like breathing behind my back right now. Okay. So I wasn't gonna apply, as I said, because I was like really burnt out. I only applied because my historian told me that she was gonna apply, and then I told her I wasn't going to, and then she was like, "But if you're not applying, how can I apply?" And she was like, just do it with me. It'll be fine. You have like 3 more days to like fill out the thing. So that's how I ended up applying. Yeah. I don't know what else to say.
Okay, thank you. Any more questions? Go ahead and use the live chat order form. I'll be checking those periodically.
Okay, so I just wanted to say something really quick about the MRP. The MRP is another way of getting recognized, because the MRP serves as a way to kind of recognize the members and officers who have been active throughout the term by completing the different criteria of the member recognition program. So I really encourage all of you to complete it yourselves, and to encourage your other members and officers throughout your clubs and throughout your division to complete it, because it's a fairly easy way to get recognized, but at the same time, it's easy in the sense that you just naturally complete it as you become more and more active, and then the more and more you become active, the more you notice you climb up through the requirements. So it's a nice way to be recognized, and at the same time, it kind of really puts things into perspective of how active you are and how much of an impact that you're making through your contributions and through the efforts that you put in.
Okay, if there are not any more questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this Q&A session. You can see in the next slide our contact information. So if you have any questions, be sure to message us on Facebook or email us. I know a good amount of us probably haven't checked out the awards yet. So and when that time does come for you, you can go ahead and ask us any questions through Facebook, or you can tune back to this YouTube video if you think that we answer your question. So yeah, thank you all so much for coming in tonight on a Wednesday night. I know some of us have started school already, and we're already stressing out already. So in that case, thank you again. You go ahead and sign in at the Facebook event page. There's going to be a link posted up later on, or I think there's a link that was posted in the live chat already. So thank you.